What's up, fellas? For today's movie, I will tell you a story of an underrated but a very good film with the title Bullet Train. So just relax out there, and allow me to tell you what happened in the movie. The film opens at a hospital in Tokyo, where Yuichi Kimura was by the bedside of his son Wataru, who was pushed off a rooftop, while his father was absent. Then, Yuichi's father, known as the Elder, arrived and reminds his son that fathers are supposed to protect their families. Yuichi then goes off to find whoever hurts his son. Meanwhile, an assassin named Ladybug was speaking to his handler known as Maria Beetle, who gave him that new code after a leave of absence. He considered the codename ironic, as he doesn't believe that he was as lucky as ladybugs usually are. He was also filling in for another assassin named Carver, who was sick at that time. Then, Maria assigned him to board a bullet train heading from Tokyo to Kyoto. His task was to recover a briefcase containing money with a train sticker on the handle. As he made his way over, Ladybug bumped into Yuichi, causing him to drop a key to a locker and his train ticket. Ladybug then broke into the locker to get his needs for the job. He also found a gun in there, but he didn't took it, despite of Maria's insistence. On board the train were twin brother assassins, named Tangerine and Lemon. They were sent by a crime boss known as the White Death, to recover his son, as he is a junkie that can't be trusted on his own. Lemon lives much of his philosophy based on the kids' show Thomas the Tank Engine, and he relates certain people to the characters from the show. Tangerine then explained to Lemon about how White Death was a Russian wanderer, who ended up working as the right-hand man of a Yakuza boss named Manegashi, until he ended up forming his own gang. Then he betrayed Manegashi, and killed him in the end. While keeping the White Death's son company, the brothers argued about how many people they've killed altogether. Lemon said it was 16, while Tangerine said that it was 17, cause one was an innocent bystander, who's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Later on, Yuichi boarded the train after finding a lead-in who's the one who pushed his son. And when he pointed his gun to that assassin, he saw that it was a young girl, so Yuichi didn't pull the trigger. Unfortunately, he was tased by that young girl, as she's an assassin named the Prince, who poses as an innocent schoolgirl to throw people off to her true nature. And when Yuichi woke up, she told him that she pushed Wataru to lure Yuichi to her, as she knew that it was Yuichi who supplied Lemon and Tangerine with the briefcase. She also told that she wanted Yuichi's help in rigging the briefcase, and give it to White Death so that they can kill him. Prince has also rigged a gun to blow his head up if the trigger will be pulled. In order to force Yuichi to cooperate, Prince tells him that she had a henchman at the hospital, and ready to kill Wataru if he doesn't hear from her. In another instance, Ladybug recovered the briefcase, but the conductor told that he has to get off at the first stop because he had no ticket on him. And before he steps out of the train, he was found by another assassin, known as the Wolf. Then, a flashback shows that Wolf was working his way up in the cartel under a boss called El Saguaro. And there, he found a wife and they're getting married. However, everyone at Wolf's wedding were poisoned, including El Saguaro and Wolf's wife. He believed that Ladybug was responsible for their deaths, cause he noticed him as a waiter at their wedding, so he attempted to kill him. The two fought in the bar car, before Wolf's knife bounced off the briefcase and plunged into his heart, that caused him to die. Ladybug then covers up Wolf's wounds and called Maria. She informed him that he was a cocktail waiter at Wolf's wedding, and the tequila served there was spiked with poison from a boomslang snake, which was stolen from a zoo in Tokyo and is actually on the train. Meanwhile, Lemon and Tangerine discovered that the briefcase was missing, and White Death's son had also been poisoned to death. So, they've covered his face up and cleaned the blood, before going off to find the culprit. Ladybug then encountered Lemon in the quiet car, and he recognized him from a job in Johannesburg. The two fought, with Ladybug trying to disarm Lemon, while Lemon was trying to kill him. In the end, he knocked Lemon out and then put a sleeping powder into a water bottle. After that, Ladybug switched clothing with another passenger and talked to Maria again. She then told him that another assassin, known as the Hornet, was hired by White Death and was on the train. Meanwhile, Tangerine had to get off at the next station briefly to meet with White Death's goons, cause they want to assure that their job was going according to plan. Moments later, Tangerine found Ladybug and fought him, because he believed that Ladybug was the one who poisoned White Death's son. While they're fighting, Ladybug opens an emergency door and causes the two to nearly fly out of the train before they pulled themselves back in. After that, White Death contacted Tangerine to let him know that if they do not show up with his son in the briefcase, he will kill everyone on the train. So, the two attempted to fool White Death's men by posing as brothers and using a different briefcase, but Ladybug accidentally opened it and blowed their cover, forcing them to run back onto the train. Ladybug then kicked Tangerine off the train before it starts moving again, but he managed to hop back on board before it pulls away too fast. In another instance, Lemon came across Yuichi and Prince, where he quickly determines that both of them are not there for noble purposes. He also wanted to know whose one of them was Diesel, a character in the kid show Thomas. Lemon often compared people in that kid show. Then, Lemon shot Yuichi, but he knew that Prince was not trustworthy either, so he's going to shot her too. Unfortunately, he drank the bottled water that Ladybug spiked the sleeping powder, and ends up passing out. Prince then shot Lemon in the chest, and stashed him and Yuichi in the bathroom. After that, Ladybug runs into Hornet, who was in disguised on the train as an anime character before swapping clothes with the concession girl. Then they explained that Hornet stole the boomslang snake from the zoo, and used its venom to kill her victims, as the venom congeals the blood and made the victims bleed from every orifice. Ladybug also recalls that Hornet was the one who poisoned everyone at Wolf's wedding, as she was also at the scene disguising as a pastry chef. Ladybug then fought Hornet, who said that she's there to collect her payment. She tried to stick him with a syringe containing the venom, but he took a light jab while sticking her with the rest of it. Hornet then tried to administer the anti-venom, but Ladybug took it from her first, and watched her crawl away while dying. Later on, Tangerine managed to board the train again. Sadly, he found Lemon's body lying down in the bathroom, so he tried to go after his killer, which he believed to be Ladybug. After that, he talked to White Death again, who said that he bought every last ticket to Kyoto so there would only be the remaining few on the train. Tangerine then runs into Prince and was almost fooled by her, until he saw that Lemon left a sticker of the character Diesel from the kid show Thomas in Prince's back, meaning he knew she was a villain. And before Tangerine can kill Prince, Ladybug stopped and fought him, ending with Ladybug shooting Tangerine in the neck, that leaves him to bleed out till death, before he can warn Ladybug about Prince's true nature. Without knowing anything, Ladybug tried to get Prince off the train at the next station, but she deliberately kept them on, fooling him with her innocent act. Then, the elder boards the train since he overheard Prince on the phone, and knew something was wrong on the train. He then sits near to them, after he heard that Prince's voice and the girl on the phone were the same. Ladybug tried to screw him out, but he got scared away when the boomslang snake came and bit him. The elder then confronted Prince, and told that he knew what she's doing. Prince then tried to threaten him that her henchmen were going to kill Wataru if she said. However, the elder prepared for this, and had his own assassin posing as a nurse. And she already killed Prince Guy, before he can touch Wataru. Prince then fled while Ladybug was going back. The elder then talked to him about how Ladybug thinks he was unlucky, and leaves him with the belief that everything happens for a reason. He also told the story of how he was Manegashi's original confidant, before White Death betrayed them, and he had vowed revenge on White Death for the death of his wife and brothers. After that, they've found Yuichi in the bathroom and woke him up, when all of a sudden, Lemon also woke up, as he was wearing a bulletproof, so that means Prince didn't really got him killed. And when he saw that his brother Tangerine was dead, he became enraged and tried to go after Ladybug, but Yuichi and the elder have them work together, as they prepared to face White Death. Moments later, the train arrived in Kyoto, and White Death prepared to board in it. But Prince confronted him, and revealed that they were father and daughter. She also revealed that she wanted to get his attention, since he only favored his son. Then, she attempted to get him to kill himself with the rigged gun, but he simply made a jest and walked away. After that, Ladybug showed up with the briefcase, and tried to negotiate with them. But White Death said that he really wanted to kill him and the others. Then, White Death explained that everyone on the train was there cause he orchestrated it. And said that he had wanted revenge for the death of his wife, who was killed in a car accident that was an assassination attempt on him. He then told that Lemon and Tangerine killed his men on a job in Bolivia, which was a big loss in their side. He also did not care for his son, as his wife attempted to bail him out from his crimes, that led to her death. He also added that Hornet was lured there, because she was the one who poisoned the only surgeon that could have saved his wife's life. Finally, he believed that Ladybug was Carver, the one who orchestrated the assassination attempts on him, that resulted to his wife's death. And he was betting on all the assassins to kill each other, but it didn't really happen. The briefcase then exploded when his men tried to open it. Then, Lemon gets the train to start running, Ladybug then runs back on, and was chased by White Death and his men. Later then, the Elder battles White Death on the train, while Ladybug, Yuichi, and Lemon fought off his men as the train speeds out of control. As they've killed all of White Death's men, Ladybug attempted to hit the emergency brakes, but one of the enemy tried to attack him. So, Lemon ends up throwing himself and the last henchman out of the train as they passed over a bridge. In another instance, before White Death can kill the Elder, Ladybug hits the brakes, and Elder seized an opportunity to impale his enemy close to death. The train then derailed and crashed into a town. Luckily, they've all survived and exit the train, but unfortunately, White Death was also alive and attempted to execute Ladybug, but the gun he grabbed was the rigged gun, and when he pulled the trigger, it blows half of his own head and died. Prince then showed up and tried to finish off Ladybug and the others, but she gets run over by a tangerine truck. After that, Maria then arrived in person, to rescue Ladybug while he parted with the Elder and Yuichi. Then, he had embraced a positive outlook on life, and believed he really was lucky. Until a telephone pole comes crashing down onto Maria's car, so they have no choice but to walk from the scene. Before the movie ends, it seems that Lemon survived the fall off the train, and hijacked the Tangerine truck, and he was also the one that's driving the truck who hit Prince to avenge Tangerine. Thank you for watching, guys. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you in our next movie recap.